Today is Princess Peach's birthday, and how lucky are you? Because you're invited. If you don't want to be late and miss out on your piece of cake, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on the next parties either. Now, today we're telling you 25 secrets about new Super Mario Bros Wii. Mario and Luigi's appearance in this game is of the classic one from the Super Mario 3D games. If you manage to get 99 lives during your game, the character's appearance will change, and both Mario and Luigi will take off their caps. It doesn't change anything about the game's system, and if you lose a life and are left with 98, the caps will reappear. In World 7-2, right at the start of the game, there's a small chain chomp, which is the star of this curiosity. This is not at all necessary to advance in this level, but if you hit the stake that keeps it prisoner until it sinks into the ground, the chomp will be free. This is of course a nod to Super Mario 64, where you had to free a chain chomp in the same way to be able to get a star. Also, if Mario has a superstar, he can make chain chomp revive thanks to a glitch. Obviously, if Mario runs into him, he will die, but if he does that and releases it just before Chomp disappears from the screen, he will revive and fly away. Yoshi appears in a ton of new Super Mario Bros Wii screens, just like his favorite food, apples. But another, albeit less known, of the dinosaurs' addictions was also going to appear in this game. Cookie sprites were found in the game's files, but they were not actually used. The plan was to replace the apples with them, but of course, it was hard to justify that cookies grew on trees here. The fact that Nintendo thought about placing cookies in the scenario is not something random either, because the story of Yoshi and cookies dates all the way back to Yoshi's Cookie, the Super NES game where he ate cookies. By now, I think we've all noticed how detail-oriented Nintendo was in making some enemies from the stages dance to the rhythm of the music. Others actually change shapes, such as the Desert Pokies, which transform their spikes into leaves. Okay, and here comes the secret. If Yoshi defeats them in one hit while the Pokies are in leaf form, he will then lay an egg from which power-ups and rewards will come out. If we do the same while in spine form, however, nothing will happen at all. Super Mario's voice has become more and more famous over time, but we're talking the original, not the modern one. Charles Martinet is a star today, and new Super Mario Bros Wii was his favorite Mario game for many years. Then Super Mario Maker arrived and updated his top Super Mario games with this novelty. New Super Mario Bros Wii is like a box of chocolates, and it came in a red box. It was the first Wii game to have this external aesthetic, and was very striking among the rest of the completely white Wii boxes. The game disc was also very special. It featured two Toads, Mario and Luigi, and their positions are a reference to the Super NES controller, specifically the European one. The red, blue, yellow, and green colors are all located in the same positions on the disc and on the controller. Yoshi can't enter the castles and stays outside waiting like a good pet. But in the game's code, an unused animation of Yoshi facing the castle bosses was found, just like the rest of the characters, moving backwards as if preparing to attack. There are lots of Toads in the stages that have somehow gotten into question boxes. When you take them to the end, Toad rewards the player with a bonus area. Easy enough, right? But what you probably didn't know was how the game chose the type of reward. Okay, so if at the end of the stage, the clock ended in the numbers 2 to 8, a red mushroom appeared. If it ended in a 1, Toad gives a 1-up, and if the number was a 9, the area was special and a star appeared. The green coins that we find in New Super Mario Bros. U were hidden inside New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Their design was found among the game, and although they look a lot like the red coins, they would serve to replace the Toad balloons in special stages. But of course, at the end a Toad locked in a chest appeared, so it was more logical to paint Toad drawings on the balloons. Once all the worlds have been completed with all the star coins, the path to World 9 will open, the star world that we could also see in Super Mario World. It has the same external shape, but its stages are not distributed in the same way. The route is the same as the special world of Super Mario World, aligned in 2 rows. And speaking of this world, did you notice anything strange in the song that plays? It's a version of the Rainbow Path from the Mario Kart series. If you didn't catch that, no worries. It's not easily recognizable because of the many modifications it has, but you can hear the best part perfectly. A POW block can save your life, and in World 8-1, there's one to use, but no instructions on how to use it. If you throw it, you will eliminate all the enemies on screen, but if you take it with you, you'll be able to destroy the volcanic rocks that fall from the sky on contact. Just like that, touch them and they turn into smoke. This glitch could be a new Super Mario Bros 2 for all the money that appears, but no, this is new Super Mario Bros Wii, and infinite coins appear until your Wii explodes. In the castle of World 4, there's an area with Koopas climbing fences. If Mario has ice power and freezes one of these enemies, but it hits the door before hitting the ground, a lot of money will start to sprout out. But be careful, because so many coins appear at once that if Mario doesn't collect them, they will accumulate in the stage and your Wii will have some problems. To fix it, simply leave the area. That is, if you still can. When you complete the game for the first time, Princess Peach will tell you about a secret world, but if you've already finished the game and completed it, she will ask you to tell her more about your adventures. It seems she's run out of things to say to Mario. Capcom is the company behind games like Resident Evil or Monster Hunter, and it was responsible for bringing the Coin World arcade game based on New Super Mario Bros. Wii to Japan. It was somewhat different from the original game, but it retained its style and gameplay, offering other challenges to players. This wasn't the first time Capcom worked with Nintendo on one of its franchises. For example, The Legend of Zelda Minch Cap for Game Boy Advance was also created by them. We knew Luigi was a chicken, but Super Mario? In New Super Mario Bros. Wii, there's a Takecopter from Doraemon and a penguin suit. But what you might not know is that Mario was about to become a chicken. When Nintendo revealed some concept art for the game, you can see a special Mario power-up where he dressed up as a chicken. You're probably wondering what the special power of the suit was? Although it was never officially revealed, we can guess that it most likely had a function similar to the penguin suit. But instead of throwing ice balls, it could throw fireballs and glide through the air. So what are your thoughts on Chicken Mario? Would you like to see that in the game? Let us know in the comments down below. On World 4-1, don't trust what your eyes are seeing, because the platforms under the water are actually hollow. In fact, you can get underneath to advance in the phase, although you won't get anywhere in particular. So I'm sure that you, your cousin, your mom, and your grandma probably all played New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and that's just because it was a phenomenon, and in some countries, like Spain, its advertising campaign showed groups of people playing in a white room. Nintendo then had players create their own Super Mario advertisements at some local events, and as you can imagine, this went mega viral. It's not uncommon to find unused elements in Nintendo game files, but New Super Mario Bros. Wii has a ton of them. Just a few examples are different types of platforms, broken pipes, musical notes like those in Super Mario Odyssey, or major changes in some objects, like the flying suit initially not being a mushroom with a propeller, but a P letter with a propeller. The game's codename was MJ2D, which could mean Mario Journey 2D. The main art of New Super Mario Bros. Wii had a second life. It appears in the Mii Plaza on Nintendo 3DS, where it could be seen in stereoscopic 3D for the first time. Here comes a Super Mario classic. Nintendo included a small Easter egg on World 2-3, which will remind you of the original Super Mario Bros. At the end of this level and before the goal, there's a classic Super Mario staircase with a Koopa descending it. Now, if you jump at this exact spot here, Mario will start to bounce and earn 1-ups. It is by far the fastest way to get 99 lives. In Super Mario Bros. For NES, this happened on World 3-1. New Super Mario Bros. Wii was groundbreaking for being the first real-time multiplayer Mario game for a Nintendo console. In fact, the game could be completed entirely in cooperative mode. In order to promote multiplayer mode, Nintendo added the group movement POW Jump. If all the players performed a ground pound at the same time, it would have the same effect as using a POW. This was of course way too powerful, but also really hard to do, as up to 4 people all had to synchronize. The new Super Mario Bros. Series was responsible for bringing Nintendo to China. The company, in collaboration with Tencent, published Nintendo Switch games in the Asian country. But before that, New Super Mario Bros. Wii was launched on Nvidia Shield. This console, which may remind you of Nintendo Switch, allowed you to play several Wii games natively in high definition. The best part of Super Mario World were the secret exits. Don't you agree? Sometimes a single screen had up to 3 different exits, and that was something that was replicated in New Super Mario Bros Wii. This was a significant reason for the game's great success, giving the player more freedom to follow their own path. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And here are some more videos about gaming secrets. See you next time!